Hi everyone, bless it be. I thought I would show you some books and things that you could use as your book of shadows or to make notes about your practice. I think a lot of people worry about having like this really beautiful book and having it look perfect, but you don't have to do that. You could buy one of these like pads that you get from your local stationery shop. I quite like squared paper to get like nice neat handwriting. You could use your favourite notebook. I've got this stitch one that I was gifted for Christmas. You could use that. You don't have to use one that looks particularly witchy or pagan or anything. Just any paper that you can make notes on is what you can use. And sometimes the cheaper the better, because at the end of the day, you might want to make notes, you might want to rip pages out, you might want to scribble stuff out and redo it. You know, you need something where you're not too precious about it and you're quite happy to scribble bits out, tear out pages, or just leave it as it is and not worry about ruining it and not worry about your writing being perfect. You could also have something like this. This is like a little traveller's notebook that I made myself, but you can buy them, but obviously they're expensive. So I made this myself out of some scrap leather. These are little cheap mini notebooks that I got from a stationery shop that I've put inside. I've got like stickers, washi tape, anything that I might want to use to decorate the pages. These notebooks are blank, which I don't mind because I do drawing as well. But if you prefer, you can get little lined ones. And this is just some scrap leather and a bit of elastic that I used. All I could have done with doing is putting some cardboard between the two layers of scrap leather to make the cover a bit stiffer. But I kind of like how soft it is and it fits really nicely into my handbag. And this is scrap leather from, there's like a shop that I know of. Oh, the elastics are too tight, that's why that bit bends in, by the way. But there's a shop I know of that sells like scraps from manufacturing, and that I just literally bought a bag of leather scraps. Like, this is like faux leather, it's not real. And there's like a bag of faux leather straps, and I think it cost me like a fiver, so I've made a few notebooks in the past out of it. You can get bog standard books from the stationery store like this, nice and black and simple. You could decorate it with stickers. I've got stickers that I make, and obviously I've got on my Redbubble, as well as ones that I'll just print off for my own use, like those ones, and stick those on the cover to decorate it. Or you could just leave it perfectly plain, especially if you want to be quite subtle and not obvious about your practice. You could also get a book like this, which has got this lovely moon design on it, and it's a handmade notebook with these handmade cotton pages in it that have been like dyed. This was a gift my sister got me for Christmas, and it's got this lovely, like almost like tea stained looking paper in it. The paper's been obviously dyed to make it look older, and it's quite nice handmade paper. It's quite thick. The only thing with this paper is you can't use like a wet ink on it, so you couldn't use a fountain pen if you prefer to write in fountain pen. So you would have to use like a ballpoint pen for this. Anything with wet ink will bleed on this page, on these papers, but ballpoint pen ink works great in these. Pencil is okay, but you'd need like a darker pencil. Don't use like a HB, use like a 2B or something, because sometimes it's getting the pencil to show up on these. But a biro ballpoint pen works great in these. So I look forward to using this notebook. I'll probably use this one first. I've got different notebooks on the go. I've got some that I make notes of what videos I'm going to do. The black notebook I've got is for work. That's stuff I've got to remember to do for work. And then I've got notebooks dotted about with different bits of information in that I've been researching to do with my pagan practice. So yeah, you don't have to stick to one book either. I've got about 4 notebooks on the go. I've always got different notebooks, and like I'll make notes in one book, then I might get a bit bored of that book and make notes in another one and then combine them, or use 2 separate ones. You can also go digital if you have an iPad. You can use the notes app on the iPad to make notes. You can do an online You could do like an online Google Docs, and have it all on there. If you don't want to have it written down on paper, you can go digital. The iPad's quite nice if you want to sort of print stuff off and actually add text that's like typed on and stuff and print it and things, or like you can draw and stuff on it to make nice designs. But again, a bog standard notebook and paper is your best bet, and it's nice and cheap, easily accessible. You can use those big lined sheets, like pads of lined paper that you get for like A4 folders, that like you would use for school, for notes for school. You could use school notebooks, like school type notebooks, which you can pick up dead cheap from your local stationery store. You don't have to buy anything specific. The important thing is to make notes and enjoy learning as part of your craft, as part of your paganism. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Blessed be. Bye for now.